Hello, special friends. Welcome back to day number 13, Friday the 13th, but no black cats around here, no broken mirrors, just good scrappy luck. Thank you all so much for all your questions. There's going to be way more than I can answer this month, but based on the comments in the comment section of the blog, a lot of you would like to see me continue this series, and I'd be glad to do that. So look for a video Q&A series coming your way in future months as well. But we aren't even halfway through the month yet, so let's not talk about later. Let's talk about right now. And we have a question today from Patty. Patty says, I wanted to see if you had a scrapbooking suggestion for me. We are having a 90th surprise party for my father in a few weeks. We have put together a slideshow of old pictures, etc., but we want the people that are coming to the party to write their favorite story about my dad so that we can compile a memory book for him the same weekend. My suggestion was to get scrapbook pages in pretty stationery and put them on the party tables, let people write, and stick them into the scrapbook page with the pictures of the party. Does that sound like a good idea, or do you think there's a better way of capturing those stories? I appreciate your expertise on this one, and thank you for any input you have. Patty, thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it, and I do have some thoughts for you. First of all, your goal is to create something for your father that's going to be as rich as possible. So you don't want half thought out stories, or you don't only want 5 people to participate. You want everybody to participate. So my number one suggestion is to let them know ahead of time that you would like them to start thinking about a story. A lot of people do not like to be forced to write on the spot. They will just back off and they won't do it at all. And then you'll end up with fewer people participating in the end result. They also may want to be able to think about their story, remember specific details, and make it a more fleshed out piece of writing rather than just, I remember when Bob and I went down to the swimming hole and jumped in naked. They may want to talk more about we were 17, 17 or 7. I don't know how old they were when they were naked jumping in the swimming hole. But they may want to flesh it out with details. And sometimes those details take a while to recall, especially for older guests. And I would assume that if your dad is turning 90, there may be some people there who have known him for a while. And it may take them a while to come up with one instance or one memory that stands out above all others. So number one, give them plenty of time. Number two, I would also give them the option of writing out their story beforehand and bringing it to you finished. That way you can just add it in. Maybe you tell them the dimension of the scrapbook you're going to use, whether it's an 8.5 by 11 or a 12 by 12. Let them know so you can include that story that they've pre-written. Some people really are very specific about wanting the chance to write it out, write several drafts, edit it, things like that. And to up the participation, I would cater to those people as well as those like me who can spew out tons of content at the drop of a hat. So number one, give them warning. Number two, let them type it out and bring it finished beforehand. Number three, I would also provide a variety of ways that they can capture their memories. Some people really cannot think handwriting. In this computer day and age, they need a computer. So maybe you'll have a laptop there where people can just type in their memories and then you can print it out and add it to the page. Or maybe you have the ability to interview some of the people during the weekend. It sounds like it's not just a 3-hour party, but it's an ongoing event. So maybe some of the more reluctant people or the people who aren't able to write, you could actually interview them and do an audio interview and include an audio CD that you burn, or print out the transcript of what they say, or even videotape them and include a DVD. Just some other options to make it a multimedia event and include the youngest and the oldest who may not be able to actually handwrite their memory. So just to review, 1, give them notice beforehand that you're going to ask them to do this. Number 2, give them the ability to finish their memory, write it out beforehand, and bring the finished document to you. And number 3, have a variety of ways for people to express themselves via handwriting, via computer, via audio, via video. Just make it easy for people. And something else now that I think about it is you may want to have a variety. I'm looking for different cards here. I don't have any cards. You may want to have a variety of cards for them to write on, different sizes, because sometimes if you hand somebody something like this and say write a memory, it's very intimidating for them to fill up this whole page. But if you give them a 3x5 card that's the size, I don't have one here, that's this size, that is much more approachable for someone to start writing down their memories. And they could even end up filling up several cards. But if you give them this to start with, it's less intimidating than giving them this. I had another idea there too. Oh, you may also want to have some prompts that will help them start thinking. What is the number one thing you remember about Grandpa? What happened the first time you met Grandpa? What is the funniest thing Grandpa has ever said? Or just give them some prompts so it's not as much pressure. So instead of saying the one memory in your 90 years of friendship, write down one of the funny things you remember him doing. And that's it. So just make it easy for people. I think your idea of having some different stationery and scrapbook materials is great, and adding in the photos of the weekend, terrific. So have fun. Congratulations to your dad, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye.